Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you. In today's video, I will be reacting to episodes 7 and 8 of Ahsoka, and as I'm recording this, I'm about to watch episode 7, and then next week will be the finale. I don't know if it's a series finale or a season finale, because I don't think Ahsoka has come out with news about a season 2 or anything. So it'll be interesting to see how these next 2 episodes go, but I am very much looking forward to it. I hope that you've been enjoying my reactions to this show so far. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you'd rather watch the watch-alongs, they are over on my Patreon, along with everything else I've ever watched for the channel, plus more if you're interested in that. Just thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the comments, and let's press play.
To prepare her to make the right one.
Perhaps for Sabine,
It was the right one.
it was the only choice.
True that. After last episode, I realized that Claudia Black is playing like the main Night Sister witch. She voices Morgan in the Dragon Age trilogy, who is also a witch, and she's really good at Morgan. Very cool that she plays a live action witch here. I know she's done live action stuff before. She's a great voice actress. Morgan is a fun character. Coruscant.
We simply cannot allow a general of the New Republic security forces to go around acting like this is still a rebellion.
This guy, I swear.
My job is to protect the people of this republic, and that is exactly what I was doing.
I see, and you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
No, I protected the New Republic by ignoring you.
I love that she had a little smile.
This report reads like a child's fairy tale. Star maps, star whales, distant galaxies. Are we to believe any of it?
Morgan Elsbeth was leading a coordinated effort by the Imperial Remnant.
Objection! Sensational term. There is no proof.
What about the conflict on Mandalore?
Gideon was a warlord acting on his own. There's no proof of a greater conspiracy and thus no
Seriously?
immediate threat to this republic.
If Thrawn returns, that will change quickly.
If I see a general who abuses her authority for personal gain. Motion that General Syndulla be court-martialed for disobeying a direct order.
Seriously?
Pardon the intrusion, but identification. I do not need to show you identification. I am C.
3PO,
Oh my god, hello.
welcome.
I am here on behalf of Senator Leia Organa.
No way.
May I speak?
Yes?
The Honorable Senator Organa wishes to present this data transcript, which she hopes may resolve the matter.
I object.
Oh my god, shut up. We're all over your bullshit.
The transcript shows that Senator Organa personally sanctioned General Syndulla's reconnaissance mission to Cetos.
The court cannot admit evidence of this kind from a mere droid.
Senator Organa is willing to overlook this misstep, but asks that you address any further concerns to her directly.
That seems to settle the matter. Unless you remain unsatisfied, Senator Sieno.
No, Madam Chancellor.
Court dismissed.
Thanks, 3PO.
I was not expecting to see 3PO in this.
I don't know what you and Leia are playing at, but I know she did not authorize your mission.
She did, eventually.
Put your personal feelings aside and don't deny you have them. How real is the threat of Thrawn's return?
Pretty real.
We have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
All right. What is this episode called? Dreams and Madness. Ooh. All right, they better get here soon. Oh my god. Hi, Anakin.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, even Count Dooku. You could face any one of them on the battlefield.
I feel like she's playing a recording.
As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you. So practice these forms often, or at least more than I do. I won't always be there to look out for you.
Aw.
If we get separated or something happens, you need to be able to make it on your own. Just remember what I taught you and trust your instincts.
That's cool. I love Hayden in the Clone Wars armor, dude. It's so good. And the hair.
He made 20 or more of these recordings.
It's awesome.
This was his last one.
Oh.
I never realized.
That's really sweet. And also cool that she still has the recordings after all this time. Like, she didn't ever get rid of them.
Once we drop out of hyperspace, we find Sabine.
And how do you propose we do that?
We find the enemy, and we find Sabine.
The Star Whales have brought us to the correct galaxy, let alone the same system.
Oh, they know. They know.
I think the odds are pretty good.
Same.
No, in fact, they're terrible. Astronomically terrible. But you never...
Fun. This is my favorite Ahsoka outfit, I think, out of every single one. I love this look. And welcome to Peridia. Oh, whoa, that looks so cool. Are they in the wrong place?
Perhaps we are safer in here.
I was just about to say, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, no, they're in the right place. Oh, man. This
It's an
sucks.
Imperial minefield. Head towards the planet. The field eventually terminates.
Hopefully they don't hurt the whales too bad. Like, I'm almost thinking if it just feels like a little pinch to them, then it's fine. Oh yeah, they're leaving. Good flying, Ahsoka.
And we are clear. Well, we found the enemy. I can't find an opening. The field is too dense.
That's terrifying.
Grand Admiral, as you anticipated, the minefield was triggered by a pod of arriving Star Whales. Among them was a T6 class Jedi shuttle.
It would seem Ahsoka Tano is alive and well after all.
Here is everything the Inquisitorial database had on her.
Her master was General Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Yep.
You're certain there's only the one starship?
Correct, Grand Admiral.
Withdraw the fighters and have them stand by.
Why not allow them to follow?
There's no need to waste our resources. Jedi are very good at hiding. They've been practicing that for years.
Oof.
We are getting to know our adversary, and if she's anything like her master, she'll be unpredictable and quite dangerous.
Fair assessment.
We must control all variables. Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
Oh, Thrawn. I love him and I hate him. This looks so cool.
How did they anticipate our arrival?
Well, it's Thrawn.
Thrawn was behind that attack.
Then the enemy has already found him.
It would seem so.
I will run a scan to see if I can locate Lady Wren.
Oh, I didn't realize these were vehicles. That's cool. We love multi-purpose stuff.
Still trying to process everything you told me. The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
The Emperor died.
That's what people say.
There's a new republic, Zeb's training recruits, and Hera's commanding a fleet. I missed everything.
You know, I was beginning to think we'd never find you.
How did you?
It's complicated.
Oh no, Sabine.
We could talk about something else, I guess. But you know, getting home is kind of important.
Ahsoka took me on as her apprentice.
She what? Why?
Go on.
No, that's great. It makes sense, of course. You trained a little before, back when I was first learning.
I remember.
Yeah, so where is Ahsoka?
Sabine still thinks she's dead.
That's complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna find out eventually. Oh no. They found them. God, they look so dope. I love them.
We are at your service, my lord.
Ahsoka Tano lies hidden within the graveyard. Find her?
Yes, Grand Admiral.
Man, so sweet.
Nothing. I cannot locate Lady Wren. Either my scans are being jammed, or there is too much debris.
We don't need a scan. There's another way.
Do you think your bond is that strong?
I was just about to say the Force. It's the only other option, right? Oh, but she'll be able to sense Ezra.
Benodi's been great. Took me in when I really needed help. Set me up with this pod.
Or maybe she will sense. Oh yeah, it is Sabine. Amazing.
Ahsoka.
I see her.
The Jedi is there.
Damn.
You have the coordinates. Open fire.
Something happened. What was it?
I don't know. Feeling.
What kind?
Ezra's like, do tell. All right, time to get out of here.
I know where we're going.
Wonderful. So, on our way.
Well done. We've flushed out of hiding. Tana will pursue Sabine Wren, whom we have wisely sent far from here. Contact the fighter group and have them re-engage the opponent.
Lars is so good as Thrawn. Every scene is amazing.
Friends of yours?
No.
No.
I mean, they're just gonna chase after them, right?
Kill Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger, then take your place in the coming Empire.
You won't help?
Your ambition drives you in one direction. My path lies in another.
Ahsoka?
I've located Ezra Bridger. Sending his coordinates now.
One parting lesson, Shin. Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat.
Wise words. So where are you going?
Dispatch 2 gunships to assist the mercenaries. If Lord Balin proves capable, we may yet win the day.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Any real weapons?
Hey, don't you remember
people.
when he did that? He totally taught them how to do that. I miss when Ezra always used a sling. Sling? Why does that not feel like the right word? Yeah, slingshot. Right? Oh my god, that still feels like the wrong word. Please don't.
Can't leave him. I'm gonna circle up.
Nice. Nice. Nice, 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 nice.
Who's that?
She's like you, but lacks your sense of humor.
Lightsaber?
Oh, yeah.
We better get ready.
Did they not see Ahsoka above them? I don't think so.
We cannot land while under attack. Standard Jedi mission protocol states.
Won't need to land.
Oh, not this again. Remember what happened last time.
You got the timing wrong?
And didn't I feel terrible?
No!
I love them. They're so fun.
3, 2, 1.
Damn. That worked all right? Oh, shit.
Oh, no. This is a surprise.
I don't think it is. I feel like you knew.
Didn't expect to see you again.
Disappointed?
No, can't allow you to interfere.
I don't have time for this.
That I know.
Man, oh man, oh man. I feel like he's distracting Ahsoka from going here to help them.
You keep it.
What?
I don't need it.
Ezra.
Besides, you've been training.
Very funny.
No, I'm serious.
Take it.
I gave it to you. It's yours now.
Let's take a blaster.
No, I think Ezra.
The Force is my ally. That's all I need.
Oh man, I'm excited for this. Oh gosh. Watch out! Ooh. Oh gosh, his hair. Damn. Come on, Sabine.
It's not looking good for you.
Take her now.
Ugh, loving all this action. Oh.
Can't defeat me.
Perhaps. I don't have to.
Oh, she's gone. Yep. Honestly, his reaction to that kind of was respectful, like almost admiring her in a way. It was very subtle. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Rey's so good.
Fine. Fine, just stay in there.
Aw, they care so much about him. All right, Ahsoka should get here pretty soon, because Balin and Shin weren't that far away.
Deploy teams 1 and 2 use counter-encirclement tandem.
We have them.
Our sight is short one mercenary. Where's Balin's gone?
Destroy them.
Wait. We could talk. Don't you want to take us as prisoners?
He's so good as an older Ezra. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, they're all back together.
Aww.
If I survive long enough to see the outcome.
You'll be fine, Hu Yang. Careful, Sabine. Yes. Love it.
Almost like the Jedi of old. These are unfortunate, but acceptable losses given the absence of Lord Balin.
God, I love Thrawn.
In the grand scheme of things, one might even call this first match with Tano a success.
I see only our enemies reunited.
Gotta think more like Thrawn.
With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete. We shall soon leave this forsaken place. Ahsoka Tano has lost the one thing she could not afford to lose today. Time. Time is very much on our side now.
Surrender your weapon. I can help you.
There was no way that was happening. Sabine's like, all right, you want to explain?
I thought you were dead. I missed this reunion?
Aww. Is she gonna tell Ezra that she was in the World Between Worlds? I hope so.
Wait, you thought she was dead?
Clearly I was wrong.
Hey, it's okay. These are friends. All friends.
They're so cute. Honestly, these creatures are some of my like top Star Wars creatures now. I love them.
Getting a feeling. I think I might be going home after all.
There's still some work to be done. All right, episode 7 of Ahsoka. I really, really enjoyed this episode, and knowing that it's the second to last one before the final one, which still don't know if it's going to be a series finale or a season finale, but the next episode I don't feel is going to be much longer than the episodes we've had so far. And only so much can happen in the time that we have. So my guess is going into this final episode, I think that Thrawn will escape just fine from this planet and get back into hyperspace and go back to the main galaxy. I do think that he is going to have that win because I just personally can't see how they're going to stop it at this point. We know that Thrawn is such a great leader and villain, and he's always kind of one step ahead. I love any time that he has an acceptable loss. We never see Thrawn super upset by any losses. He always finds a way to put a positive spin on it, or he orchestrates an acceptable loss in order for something else to happen and be pushed forward. And we saw that in this episode, and I love that we did because it's such a Thrawn thing to do. So I think that he is going to leave and go off, and that will be what happens. In terms of the rest of our characters, though, I am most interested in Baylan because him parting ways with Shin came as a surprise to me. But then what happened afterwards, not so much. So when they got to Peridia, Baylan sensed something with the planet, right? He sensed this greater purpose or greater feeling or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what the wording was, but he sensed something. And I truly think that he probably hasn't had that feeling go away. And I think that that has become all consuming for him. And I think that he wants to figure out what this is, especially with what we know of the planet so far, which is that it was the birthplace of the Night Sisters and the Dathomiri and whatever else. And so there's something going on here. And it's possible that it is something from Star Wars Legends, either a book or a comic or whatever, that I just have no idea about and have never consumed because there's so many Legends content out there and I have not yet dove into any of it. So I have no guesses because of that, but I think that some of you that have read the comics or the books from Legends probably have a bunch of theories and ideas on what this could be. So I think that Baylan feels like he can't investigate this alone and that he needs another strong Jedi, and honestly Ahsoka is his pick. And the fact that he fought her and then when she escaped, he gave her kind of that look. It's not like she knew that he was looking at her like this, but we saw it as the audience. Like, it came across to me as this expression of respect and admiration for her. And I think that he wants to like have a conversation with her and just be like, do you feel this too? Do you want to stay here and investigate and see if we can find this? Which is so cool because I feel like this leans good Jedi, you know, like Baylan is such a middle of the road, gray Jedi, right? And I love that about him. I love when people are mixed like this. So this decision, if I'm correct, I hope that that's what happens. I hope that Baylan and Ahsoka work together because, I mean, I love Baylan's character. I don't want him to be a bad person. Like, I would love if him and Ahsoka work together, or even if like him and Sabine and Ezra and Ahsoka all work together. But Sabine and Ezra, though, I'm not sure. I feel like they could go either way. I feel like they could hang back and help them. Again, if that's what's gonna happen. This is all just theorizing at this point. But also, I feel like Ezra and Sabine could end up also going back to the main galaxy because of the fact that Thrawn, if he does escape, I think that they will realize that they're gonna need to help the Republic, right? They're gonna have to kind of go back into those rebellion shoes and help out. So yeah, that's kind of where my brain is going right now. The thing is like, I know Dave Filoni is making a Star Wars movie and there's a bunch of theories and rumors out there about what it could be. And I think that I agree with the people that feel like the movie is gonna be the closure for all of these shows that we've had. Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, like it's all gonna kind of come together. And stories will interconnect, and then this movie will be like the finale of all of it. And I like that theory. I kind of want to believe that theory. So that's kind of where my brain is at with this. I am really excited for the next episode to see. But it does break my heart that when there will be more content to continue this story, we're not going to have Rey as Baylan. And I still want the character to exist. I assume a recast will be in the works unless they choose to kind of deep fake Baylan, which I don't really want. But at the same time, it is hard to picture anyone other than Rey in the role. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, that's my theories all out of the way. I'm very excited for the finale of this. It's been a lot of fun. And anyway, let me talk about the episode now. So the Anakin recordings from Clone Wars days, that was really sweet. And I love that he has done that. And I love that Ahsoka has kept all of that. That's just really sweet. And it's possible that she hadn't used the recordings for a really long time just because of that trauma that she had. But I think being in the world between worlds kind of healed her in the way that she needed. And now she feels comfortable using the recordings again. So that was really sweet. All the action in this episode was super fun. I loved the flipping back and forth between Baylan and Ahsoka and Ezra and Sabine and Shin and the Night Troopers. That was really fun. Loved seeing Ezra fight without a lightsaber, just using the Force, using regular combat. That was really cool. But I think one of the bigger highlights for me though in the episode was the reunion between Ahsoka and Ezra, simply for the fact that we heard Ahsoka laugh, like a genuine laugh. I want more of that. I want more happy Ahsoka. So that was really sweet. And then of course Sabine realizing, oh, you're not actually dead. We got a lot of explaining to do. So I think the only thing that I wish would have been in the episode is the moments where Sabine was actually talking to Ezra about everything that went down. Like I would have loved to see Ezra's in the moment reactions to hearing it all. But at the same time, it's just a minor criticism. I don't think we really needed that. It's just something that I personally would have liked to see, but it's all good. It's okay. And then of course, Thrawn. Every single scene with Thrawn is just perfect. Lars is amazing. Nobody else could play this character. I am glad that they brought him in for live action. I really dislike though, I saw tweets on Twitter about Lars' portrayal of him and how like people were comparing the body types between animated Thrawn and live action Thrawn, and it's just like, please people, like we cannot have characters look exactly like their animated counterparts because it's animation. Like animated characters are gonna look in a way that's impossible for someone in live action to like accurately replicate. And one of the perfect examples of this was people posting a picture of Count Dooku's animated face from the Clone Wars and then photoshopping Christopher Lee's face to match it. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Anyway, some people are just so picky about the littlest things and there's no reason for it. I don't know that I have anything else to say about this, but I'm just eager for more. I hope that in the next episode we also get to see the Night Sisters again. I'm sure that we will, because I think that they're gonna help a little bit with Thrawn leaving, maybe, potentially. I don't know. What would be really interesting though is if somehow Baylan ends up getting the Night Sisters help to uncover whatever is on this planet. I just don't know if they'll be willing to help him, that's all. So I also wonder if Thrawn understands what Baylan feels on the planet. I don't think so, but maybe he does know and just hasn't said it yet. But either way, Thrawn wants to leave, so that's his focus, and I think it will happen. I guess we'll see. So with that, let's get into episode 8. All right, here we go. Sinister drumming. Also, Sam Witwer is supposed to be in this show. I feel like I haven't heard his voice or seen his face at all, so curious about that too.
The cargo transfer is complete.
Good. Bring the Eye of Sion out of high orbit.
Comscan believes they have a fix on the Jedi shuttle's location.
Dispatch 2 TIE fighters if they find their mark. Tell them to engage.
Every time I hear him talk, I hear Amos Burton because it's the same actor. So it's like as if Amos Burton was a stormtrooper. Anyway, that's fun.
Even I fell victim to the heroics of a single Jedi.
Yes, you did. Oh no.
Our alliance has proven to be quite beneficial.
We are grateful to you.
And to you, Morgan Elsbeth.
Come forward.
What's going on here?
You shall be rewarded. Are you prepared?
Something tells me this isn't a good gift.
Do you pledge yourself to the system?
But maybe it is, I don't know.
Do you abandon your old life for this new one?
I do.
There we go. The music's really good during this.
The blade of Talcin.
No way. Oh my god. All right. That's a pretty sick weapon. Mother Talzin name drop, hey? That's fun. All right, well, she's one of them now. So it may seem. She needs to get her some... The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. That title is actually really fun. It's like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's weird seeing the ship fly that slowly.
No, that's not gonna work. Look.
Not going to work.
Lightsaber construction.
Now look here, I've been teaching younglings how to construct lightsabers longer than you've been alive.
That's great. Ahsoka wants us to go after Thrawn as soon as we're ready.
This is not something...
Oh, look at those drawers. Those are fun.
Who taught you how to build a lightsaber anyway?
Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah, he was my master. Taught me everything I know.
And I taught him how to build a lightsaber. Now it all makes sense. I taught almost every youngling at the Jedi Temple, including your master. Clever boy Caleb was, very curious. A little shy, perhaps.
Caleb!
How old are you?
Old enough to know that the relationship between a master and an apprentice is as challenging as it is meaningful.
Yep. I mean, Kanan and Ezra had some rocky moments.
That's it.
I had 2 of those. Kanan took the one, the other I held onto in case he ever needed it. It is proper that you should have it.
Aww. The actor for Ezra, I listened to some of his songs last week. It's really odd going from that back into Ahsoka, where he's, you know, acting like Ezra. It's given me greater appreciation for his acting, to be honest.
Hey, Sabine, Ahsoka ever teach you how to...
Oh, Sabine left.
What happened between those two?
That's what we would like to know.
Ahsoka became afraid that Sabine was training as a Jedi for the wrong reasons after what happened on Mandalore. The Empire purged the entire surface of the planet, killing hundreds of thousands.
Your family?
Were all lost, sadly. At the time, Ahsoka felt that if Sabine unlocked her potential, she would become dangerous.
Fair. It was actually kind of nice hearing that perspective from Huyang about it.
Your gamble paid off.
So you know.
I do.
Never thought I'd see him again.
You might not have, had you chosen differently.
Sorry.
I know.
You're not mad?
Over the years,
Well-
I've made my share of difficult choices.
Yeah.
Often no one understood my reasons, except my master.
True that.
Anakin.
He always stood by me,
Yep. Yeah, he did.
even when no one else did.
End of season 5. I'll cry thinking about it.
No matter what happens next, I'm going to be there for you.
Aww.
Have you kept up with your training?
I try. I do. I have gained better control over my lightsaber.
Being a Jedi isn't about wielding a lightsaber.
No.
It helps.
It does, but like a really skilled person could learn how to use a lightsaber effectively. But the Force, on the other hand, is a whole different thing.
Hey, let's go. Just finished.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Ezra use his new lightsaber.
Keep it up!
Oh, good. Good.
On my signal! Now!
Oh, fuck. That was awesome. Oh, well, that's not awesome. Poor Hu Yang. He's just staring at the ship like, fuck.
Got him.
Aww.
A successful strike on the Jedi shuttle was reported before we lost contact with the flight group.
An acceptable outcome. Assuming the Jedi ship is downed, the options to prevent our departure are now severely limited, if not impossible. Which is why we should prepare for a ground assault immediately.
Oh, Thrawn.
May the Force be with you.
Aww. That's been said quite a bit in this show. I'm loving that.
The blessing of the Great Mothers shall protect you in battle against the Jedi. Go now.
Those are the volunteers.
Yes, Grand Admiral.
Volunteers or voluntolds?
All were honored to make the sacrifice. For you.
It is for the Empire, the security of our galaxy.
Thrawn always has people up and ready to die. That's how he's so good. So often. Good villain, good enemy. Not a good person.
Any ideas of what we're up against?
Look, Thrawn found this place. He woke up the witches, rebuilt his starship. It wasn't safe to come here alone.
Well, you're not alone anymore. Let's try the front door.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Rain hellfire upon them.
Morgan looks significantly cooler now that she's had that done to her. No negotiating with the apprentice of Anakin, hey? Oh, sick. I didn't even know the ship could do that.
Ezra! The gate! Sabine, help out!
That face. Oh gosh. That face of his.
But it's time.
Time for what? I'm so curious. Because he's expecting all of these guys to die, so there's gonna be more.
Fall back. Draw them out. Sabine,
come on, Sabine.
Blasters.
Yes. Please use what you're good at right now. Thank you. Love that. Sick. That looks pretty cool though. They look really cool right now too.
Ezra?
This is some Game of Thrones shit right here. This is Night King shit.
This never happened before.
No.
No?
Lucky us.
But the question is, how many times will they do that? So the moment they're down, they come back up? Is that it? Ezra, watch out!
Careful! Careful!
Nice moves.
She's been training.
What's your excuse?
I missed you.
I don't know if it's just me, but that fight there specifically, not the first time, but when they came back, to me it felt like the lightsaber and the blaster shooting was all very like tiring for them. Like just the way that they were moving their bodies, it felt like they were tired instead of engaged.
We require a little more time.
I understand.
For the Empire.
God, she looks so dope now. Okay, where's Baylan at? Can we follow up with him? Can we follow up with Shin? We're like a significant part into this episode now. Oh, I feel like this is gonna be good.
Go on, I'll handle this.
Stay together, remember?
You must stop Thrawn. Now go.
There we go. Ahsoka's energy is back. It was just that one fight scene where Rosario was just moving very like this. Like there was no energy, if that makes sense. Anyway, this is much better. God, these guys look cool too. Oh God, okay. Damn.
Our course is locked in, Grand Admiral.
Take us out.
Yeah, don't get distracted, Ahsoka. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Ew, oh, oh. The fact that we can see the face a little bit. Okay, Ezra, it's your turn. Come on, come help, come help, come help, come help. Oh, that is so... Yes, Sabine, do it. Oh God, I hate that. I mean, I love it, but I hate it. Yes, Sabine, do it. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yuck.
Too late. You can't make that jump.
Yes, you can.
Excuse me?
I pushed you first and you pulled me across.
What?
Ezra, the longer you hesitate, the...
I was literally just thinking that.
Ready?
I mean, this will work.
Come on, your turn.
Yeah? Well, I know Ezra can do it. Yeah, Ahsoka's gonna stay here. I think we all knew that going into this episode that Ahsoka wasn't leaving. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I was pretty confident Ahsoka was staying here, and I think she definitely will be. I'll actually be really surprised if she doesn't. Oh shit, that's not good. I love how everyone's just watching. It is a fun show.
Your friends are dead, and you will die here, alone.
Nope.
Not alone.
Oh, heck. I thought Sabine was going too. But you know what? It makes sense. Master Apprentice, they gotta stick together. Look at her go. You know what? Having a lightsaber in one hand and a blaster in the other is a good combo. Ooh, Ahsoka stank face. Yo! I mean, Morgan did say she was willing to give up her life, so they all knew.
Morgan is dead.
Yeah.
She has done what was required.
Yeah, distract Ahsoka so we can leave, but he doesn't know that Ezra is on the ship.
757 reinforcements have been dispatched to your position.
757 here. Copy.
Oh my gosh. That is such a Rebels Ezra thing to do. All we need is him to pretend to be Jabba the Hutt.
Wanna get out of here? I'm right behind you.
Yeah? Y'all are really gonna make the jump? How? How are y'all gonna... I don't understand. But you know what? Oh, the ship is fixed. Why did I not even consider that? So they're gonna take the Purgles back.
I am diverting all power to the engines. Now.
Or unless they fly in and hitch a ride on the ship, right? With Ezra being there. Because that whole area is super big enough for them to squeeze in, right? I think that's the plan. Wow, look how small that is in comparison. That's crazy.
We are tracking the Jedi shuttle.
Open the channel, please. Ahsoka Tano, allow me to commend you on your efforts today. You've been quite a worthy opponent. I regret we haven't met face to face, and perhaps now we never shall. I know you because I knew your master. I concluded your strategies would be similar. One wonders just how similar you might become. Today, victory is mine. Long live the Empire.
Oof. Those are some good last words from him. Yeah, your only chance now is the Purgles or go back. Well, that's Thrawn for you. It's what he does. I had a feeling he was going to bring up Anakin to her. No, I love that they're coming out to greet. Is this who? Please? Oh my gosh! Morai! Oh my god, I can't believe we saw her. Shin, hello, finally. Are you gonna come and hang out with us, please? That would be cool. Oh wait, this is a different area. Jesus. I thought it was the Balin. Hello. Oh wow. That's cool. Father and the son, right? That looked like the father and the son. Oh, that framing though. So good.
Approaching Dathomir, Grand Admiral.
It's gotta be Ezra. Chopper. Yeah. Aww.
Ezra? Hi, Hera. I'm home.
I love how Chopper knew immediately. Now Hera can drag Ezra into those politicians and go, see? Wow, look at that.
Thrawn got away.
Sometimes that happens.
And thanks to you.
So did Ezra. Mm-hmm. A bad thing happened so that a good thing would happen.
Ezra's where he needs to be. And so are we. It's time to move on.
It's time to move on.
I felt like nothing.
Sabine!
Just shadows in the starlight.
The Purgles? I keep thinking it's the Purgles. Aww. Oh my gosh. That was sweet. I was not expecting that. All right, that was the Ahsoka finale. Thank you so much for watching with me. I definitely have thoughts, and I have thoughts on both sides of things. I have criticisms and just general bleh feelings about this episode, but I also have plenty of good things to say. So I'll save the good stuff for last. I'll get my criticisms out of the way first. It is the following morning. I usually record my reviews about Ahsoka right after I'm done watching the episode, but I made the mistake of checking my phone in between watching the episode and recording my review. And I received some information that just meant that I needed to push the review to this morning. So here we are. Okay, my initial thoughts coming out of that finale was underwhelmed. And that is straight up just how I felt. I did feel very underwhelmed by this finale. It is my least favorite episode of the show so far, which really sucks to say that, but there was just something about this episode that just didn't quite sit with me. And the more that I've thought about it, the more that I truly think the only way that I can explain how I feel is that, to me, it feels like this finale was a rework of a different finale that had been set before. And it almost feels like Rey's passing prompted them to change things a little bit for what's to come. Now, that being said, I know that they finished shooting months and months before Rey passed, right? So knowing that, yes, this finale could have been the original way it was written, the original way it was filmed, la la la. It could have been. I don't know if we'll ever know. I just can't help but feel like what we watched was not the original intention. And I think the only evidence I can really point to for that is just the fact that Baylan and Shin had such little screen time in this finale. And for having such a pretty large presence throughout the whole show, that felt really jarring and out of place to me. I think we were 25 minutes or something into the episode when I literally looked over to see how far we were in. And I made that comment about like, where's Baylan? Where's Shin? Like, are we not following up with them in any way? Like, it just felt really off to me. So yeah, I'd be curious to know if any of you feel the same way about that. I also have to fully acknowledge bias in why I might feel underwhelmed by this finale. So this finale to me feels too much like they're setting up things to come. I do think that seasons on their own should have some substance, and this show definitely had its substance throughout the show, right? Like I'm not knocking Ahsoka season 1 whatsoever. This was a phenomenal experience, and I'm so glad that I watched this show, but I just can't help but feel like they're relying too much on what's to come, and that's also another reason why the finale felt underwhelming. But I say that fully admitting that all of my Star Wars shows experiences, except for like 2, have all been cases where the shows had been out and done and I was able to binge watch them. It's a much different experience watching something like Ahsoka and experiencing the finale in real time with all of you, and we're all waiting together for however many years until the next ones drop, right? Whereas when I went through the Clone Wars and I went through Rebels, I was able to watch those finales and jump into the next episode right away. Didn't have to wait, right? So with that said, I do think that the finale of Ahsoka right now, this episode that we just watched, I do think that it will be very strong once the rest of the story is out and told. And I also think that's perfectly okay to feel underwhelmed by a finale in the moment it's released, but then 3 years down the road think that it's one of the best episodes ever, because sometimes the what's to come part, once that's out and you have that context, when you go back, it makes it even better. So I definitely think that this final episode is going to be that for me. And I think it's going to be that for a lot of people. A big criticism that I have about this episode is about Sabine and her Force usage. Now, understanding that you don't have to be an actual Jedi to use the Force, I understand the Force lives in everything and you just have to be open to it, blah, blah, blah. I remember what Kanan told Hera about Sabine in Rebels and how he was frustrated with her when he was training her, right? Like, I get it. However, I think that the leap to a Force push with Ezra was a little much. And I feel like in order for that to have been worth it for me, I almost need that time where Ahsoka and Sabine were first master and apprentice, like the time in between Rebels and the start of Ahsoka. There's so much time there and there's so much history there that we still don't really know that much about. We don't know the nitty-gritty details. We don't really know what Sabine's Force usage was like back then, if any. It's just kind of something that I feel like they've kept in the dark for a lot of this show. Now, the leap from her to grab her lightsaber with the Force when she was being choked out by the Night Trooper, for her to use the Force, get the saber, kill him, that was beautiful. That was a logical leap from struggling with the Force to then finally being able to use it. Going from that to being able to push Ezra onto the ship felt like a little much. However, I understand why they did it, and I understand why people will love it. I know that it connects right into Rebels with Kanan and Ezra doing the same, and it does make sense that Sabine would get like the most Force usage in a way that's connected directly to Ezra, her best friend, right? Like, I get all the reasons. For me personally, it just felt like a big leap. Hey everyone, Editor Kale here. So I recorded that about 2 weeks ago almost, and in that time between now and then, I have watched the finale 2 more times, and I've also gone back to certain Rebels moments, and I've rewatched some of the training scenes with Sabine. I've rewatched some of the things that Kanan said about her and Ezra, and I have actually changed my mind a little bit on this whole Sabine thing. I think, just watching my thoughts back from recording the morning after watching, I think that my hang up on Sabine was because I really like her as a Mandalorian. And I've always felt that she's been really good with blasters and just fighting in a more combat, traditional, non-Jedi, non-Force way, right? So for her to be Ahsoka's apprentice and using lightsabers, or learning how to use lightsabers and trying to use the Force, it did feel jarring to me at first. But we have had Rebels moments of her training. We have had this whole show with her training and practicing and trying to get better. And I've become more okay with Sabine and the Force. I've become more okay with the Force push. I also have to remember that she loves Ezra very, very much. And I think that all of us can confidently say that we would try ourselves to move shit for the people that we love. So I just wanted to come on and say that sometimes your opinion changes if you give it a little bit of time. Finally, my last criticism about this episode specifically was about some of the lightsaber fighting with the Night Troopers. There was one moment where they were on the stairs and Rosario, Natasha, and Aman were all fighting very lazily. To me, it looked like their bodies were exhausted, but then it flipped to a different scene and then they were back fighting just fine. So it was just one particular moment. It was so jarring to me that it almost took me out of the fight altogether. Like, I was watching their choreography, and Rosario especially was just kind of doing this and like literally this speed, and it just didn't, I don't know, it just felt weird. It didn't feel forceful or engaged. It just kind of felt like, oh my gosh, here we go, we're having to do this scene again. Like, that's what the body language came across as to me, was like the actors being tired of doing this scene and just wanting to get it done and over with. That's how it came across to me. I'm so grateful that it was only for like maybe a minute long, and then it was fine after that, but whew, that really kind of took me out of it. And the only other thing I have to say that was kind of a miss for me, but it's not just the finale, it's actually this whole show entirely, is the dialogue, man. The dialogue wasn't awful, but it's really hard to have a Disney Star Wars show like Andor with some of the most fantastic, amazing dialogue you could ever have, and then go to a show like this and the dialogue almost feels painful. I understand that Dave Filoni has a vision for Ahsoka and for these characters. They are his characters after all, except for Thrawn, who was created by Timothy Zahn. But I don't know, there's just something about the way everyone was talking. Not everyone, but some people, Ahsoka especially, Sabine too. Just the longest of pauses. and just so much silence. I don't know. All I will say is that it makes editing these really easy for me. Sometimes for editing purposes, I actually really appreciate when dialogue is super drawn out with long spaces in between words. Anyway, with that all out of the way, it is time to talk about what I loved about this finale, so here we go. First, the Mortis gods, the statues that Baylan found. Oh my gosh, theories galore. We already have a theory that Anakin is the father, because he was meant to be the father. I now feel like Ahsoka is obviously the daughter, she has the daughter in her, but is Baylan gonna be the son? Is he being drawn to this? I don't know, but that is very exciting. Seeing the Mortis gods, super cool. The statues look amazing, by the way. The Mortis father especially, with his arm out like this. Very, very fun. I am very excited to see what comes of that. I have seen on Twitter over the episodes that a lot of people are theorizing that Abeloth is calling out to Baylan. I don't know Abeloth. I believe that they're a Legends character from books, maybe comics. I believe that they're the mother. The mother was not in Clone Wars or anything else, so I don't really know about her, but a lot of you Legends folks do, so maybe you're right. It seems like Dave is really pulling in a lot of Legends stuff and making them canon, which is really awesome. And I know that a lot of people are loving him for that. I love him for that. And there's a lot of Legends content, actually all of Legends content that I haven't consumed myself. So very excited for that. And to tie into Mortis, finally getting to see Morai was amazing. What a great moment. I was really hoping that we would see her at some point in this show. I believe I might have said that at the very beginning. I can't remember now if I ever did, but it just makes sense that we would see her for a little moment, right? We saw her in Clone Wars, we saw her in Rebels. So seeing her here was really lovely. And that was just everything. I really enjoyed that. The very final shot of Force Ghost Anakin looking over at Ahsoka was really special. I personally really enjoyed that moment because it kind of parallels a little bit, and I can't remember who said this. This is not my idea. I don't take credit for it, but I have had some conversations in my Discord server with some folks, and I've been having conversations in another Discord server, so this is not something that I thought of myself, but I am going to pass it along because I think it's really awesome. Qui-Gon at the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Obi-Wan was struggling. He wanted to see Qui-Gon the whole show, and it wasn't until the very final shot of the show that Force Ghost Qui-Gon finally appeared, right? And he said something like, you just weren't ready to see, or something along those lines. So the way that I see Force Ghost Anakin appearing for Ahsoka is kind of the same thing. This season, I almost would have preferred if the focus was on Ahsoka healing from her trauma, from the Jedi Order, healing from knowing about Anakin turning into Vader and working through that. I could have used a solid 2 or 3 whole episodes about some of those moments we got in episode 5 in The World Between Worlds. That would have been incredible. And I feel like having more of that would have made this final shot have even more emotion and depth to it. But it was still a good shot. Love Hayden in those oversized Jedi robes. It was good. Morgan Elsbeth. I loved her in this episode. This episode was my favorite Morgan out of everything we've seen so far, including her appearance in The Mandalorian. Oh my gosh. The moment that she became like witchified and got the Talzin blade. Oh my God, I can't believe we saw Mother Talzin's blade and she actually fought with it against Ahsoka. That fight was incredible. The choreography was perfect. I loved it. It was very engaging. It was such a good duel. And Morgan just became infinitely cooler to me. And yeah, this was the best Morgan episode that we had. And it's a shame we don't get more of her unless she somehow comes back to life or something. I don't know. Anyway, Ezra making a lightsaber that looks exactly like the one Kanan had was really special and sweet. And I love the conversation that he had with Huyang. It was just a really great moment overall. I loved it. And that was a really great way to start off the episode. Thrawn was Thrawning in this episode, and the episode kind of went sort of how I expected, but also sort of not. My best friend felt like this episode was Pokemon because we just made a trade. Thrawn and Ezra were on Peridia, Ahsoka and Sabine came to get them, and we just switched. And now they are off in the main galaxy, and Ahsoka and Sabine are still in Peridia. I was pretty convinced after episode 7 that Sabine was going to go back to the main galaxy as well, and that only Baylan and Ahsoka were going to stay behind, but I guess a trade is a trade. For me, Thrawn was still great in this episode, as he has been in this show so far. I just wish we kind of had more of him at times, but I do have some pretty full confidence that we are going to get a lot more of live action Thrawn in whatever is coming next. Finally, the music. The music in this show has been top notch. I love that they got the same guy that did the music in Rebels, and it shows. Music was phenomenal. I didn't always mention it when I noticed it, but just know that I really, really enjoyed the music in the show. And I think a lot of people have. I have seen mentions of the score on Twitter occasionally. I think a lot of people are really appreciating it. So clap, clap, clap. I believe his name is Kevin. Thank you for your hard work, sir. You're the best. The last thing that I will say is about the acting overall. I think that everyone has done a really great job. There has been like a handful of moments like what I just explained with some of the lightsaber fighting in this finale. Like there has been a few moments throughout the show so far where it hasn't been super, super strong, but the acting for me was pretty solid the whole way through. I think that Ezra was cast perfectly. Baylan was obviously cast to perfection, the best casting in the show. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. We miss you so much already, and I hope that you know how much we love you and loved your performance in this show. He was fantastic. Lars as Thrawn, really, really great. I really like Rosario as Ahsoka, but I do understand that a lot of people don't care for her, which kind of sucks because obviously she's just going after what Dave's direction is, right? Like there's a reason that up until episode 5, she was acting very just nonchalant, not really caring, frustrated, blah, 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 very like closed off. And after episode 5, she did open up more and more and more. Once she became Ahsoka the White, she's opened up. And you could see that in the acting. I think Sabine's actress was great. Shin's actress was great. I also loved Wes as Captain Enoch. I just wish we could have seen his face a little bit. Hera and Jason were great. Mon Mothma being there was awesome. Chopper, live action Chopper was the best. Loved him. The visuals in this show were really fantastic as well. I am pleased with everything, all of the effects, all of the locations, just everything. The outfits were great. I just loved everything visually about the show. I think that wraps up my thoughts on Ahsoka, the finale, and the show as a whole. And I am so excited for what's to come. Now we play the waiting game. And now it is that time of the video where I turn it to you and ask you to leave your thoughts down below on this finale and on the show as a whole. I cannot wait to talk with you. Let's theorize about what might come in season 2, or if there's a Mando season 4 that's going to connect into Ahsoka. I'm not sure what Dave has planned exactly, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's up. Cannot wait to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please click here. And if you want to watch something else of mine, please click here. And thank you so much to everyone on Patreon for your financial support. And with that, we will see you in the next reaction. Take care, everyone.